But I don't think Amazon is an organized criminal syndicate.
It definitely is the way they treat their workers, sir, with all due respect.
Yeah, so I mean, I know that you are as sincere in stating that as I am in saying that I think that's a vast overstatement.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
The process that is set out for workers to remedy violations of the law by their bosses is utterly insufficient. Insufficient. And people like Lindsey Graham think that's okay. People like Lindsey Graham think that, in fact, the law is too much on the side of the workers, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Not to be outdone by Lindsey Graham, though, Democrat Tim Kaine had to come in and white knight for Amazon against the scary workers, too.
Thank you, Senator King.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thanks to all of you. Very, very interesting testimony. I said at a hearing, Mr. Chair, I think about 2 weeks ago here, that maybe I'm not fit for this line of work because I was born with a paint box that has no broad brushes in it. And so, I mean, I'll start with you, Mr. President. I don't challenge some of the facts that my chairman laid out or that you've laid out, and I think some compelling stories, but I don't think Amazon is an organized criminal syndicate.
It definitely is the way they treat their workers, sir, with all due respect.
Yeah, so I mean, I know that that's your opinion, and you are as sincere in stating that as I am in saying that I think that's a vast overstatement. Amazon employs 1 million Americans. Not everybody hates their jobs at Amazon. Tens of thousands of them work in Virginia. Not everybody hates their jobs at Amazon. Amazon's going to open a huge headquarters in Northern Virginia that was going to have 25,000 employees, but after New York said, we don't want you, it's going to be 35,000 employees in Northern Virginia, and Virginians are very excited about it. It's in probably the bluest part of Virginia, and the County Board of Supervisors, they're thrilled to have Amazon. Mr. Smalls, I agree with you. I don't care one whit about Jeff Bezos. I think the workers make Amazon go, and the customers, and customers that use Amazon, they use it because they think it's convenient. And during the pandemic, when they were at home and they didn't want to go to some places because they were worried about their health, Amazon usage went up. We can't wave a magic wand and make customers suddenly not like Amazon. So I would say I just don't see it. All the facts that have been laid on the table are facts that I'm going to now dig into with some of the others on the panel. But I think you have to acknowledge 1 million employees and customers that find Amazon to be, somebody good they want to work with. That is at least also a fact that has to be put on the table.
We talked about this on Left Reckoning yesterday, which the recording is going to be played tomorrow. But what value did Tim Kaine's saying that bring? I mean, even if you're just thinking politically, like, why would you do that?
Well, it made the lobbyist happy, I'm sure, and I'm presuming it kept his. We cut it off there right as he was explaining that Amazon was relocating to Northern Virginia, and that's something we recognize quite well here in Alabama, where political leadership just begs and gets on their hands and knees, really. To beg corporations to relocate to the state, and they throw out every subsidy known to man to get them to come here. And then here, I guess you're going to go in front of Congress, in front of the world, to take up for them. As you've just listened to testimony from their own workers on how the working conditions really are and how the company, despite getting all these federal dollars in these contracts, continues to flagrantly ignore the law.
It's just silly, like the tone policing. He took issue with the president, the international president of the Teamsters, saying that they're an organized criminal syndicate, which, like, I don't care. I think I think the definition matches if we're going to say an organized criminal syndicate. What is that? An organized criminal syndicate would be something that does crime in an organized way as a business model. And that's how they do their business model, is they break labor law, they break OSHA standards as a business model. They pay people millions of dollars, thousands of dollars an hour to break the law.
Right.
I mean, I don't care if you use the word organized crime syndicate, but good grief, tone policing workers who are telling you their experiences and telling you the facts that he doesn't even dispute about the way that Amazon conducts their business is just silly. It is politically impotent.
And that was the Democrats' running mate in 2016.
Yeah. I mean, like,
as someone in our comments said, it shows how much of a corporate Democrat he really is.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we needed any more evidence, but it's there. And someone else mentioned how sparsely attended that hearing was, and I agree. There was just a handful of senators that even showed up to this.
Right.
And then you've got one of them is Lindsey Graham whining and crying, and then you got Tim Kaine up there trying to do this centrist, both sides kind of thing and take up for management, take up for Amazon. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. And, I'm thankful that Senator Sanders is the chair of that committee and is at least able to do things like this.
Right.
But he obviously doesn't have a lot of help.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair to Tim, the rest of everything outside of that clip is actually pretty good. He does really good messaging on the PRO Act. He attacks some right-wing characterizations of the PRO Act. He explains why he supports the PRO Act. He explains why people should unionize and all whatever. So the rest of it is good. But like, why would you preface a decent performance with that nonsense?
Well, I think that's where he was speaking from the heart before he switched gears and went back into their standard talking points where he knows he's supposed to throw us a bone rhetorically.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.